Hi, before we jump into today's video, I want to give you a few disclaimers or additional information. Please watch both parts. There are two parts to this video, and check the description box for additional information and drop your questions. Next up, thank you to Ebony for sharing her story, her journey to home ownership through NACA.
Thank you!
I truly believe that her situation was a God thing, and you will see why by watching. I cannot promise that your outcome, if you decide to go through NACA, will be like hers. I have never come across anybody that has an interest rate as low as her interest rate. Mind-blowing, but again, I believe it's a God thing. NACA is a great program, but as we share, it is not an easy program. It is not for everyone, but it is needed by some, and you will learn more in the video. Two big things. The agent that Ebony worked with, Ebony believes that she was her last NACA client. She believed that after Ebony, she kind of was like, I'm good. Because going through NACA, you'll see it's very involved. It takes time. It's time consuming. There's a lot of steps. So she doesn't believe she's taking on any more NACA clients anymore. And also the builder that Ebony went through, she believes after she got her home, the builder was like, we are not accepting any more NACA contracts. So it could still be possible, but I would say just do your due diligence. If you are considering going new construction, I would contact the on-site agents for whatever communities that you're interested in and ask, okay? So those are my disclaimers. Go ahead and enjoy the video. All right, we are back. We are back for part two. If you have not seen part one, check out part one. This is Ebony. She is here sharing all about her NACA experience. She bought a new construction home going through NACA. It took her some time, and she is sharing all about that. So check out part one. It talks about, she gives all the information about her journey to home ownership, how she started in the program, getting qualified, and now we are going to pick up talking about she's qualified. She is NACA qualified, and she is ready to start the search. So when you were ready to start the search, did you already have a realtor?
No.
Okay, what did you do? Like, how did you find?
Because I knew nothing about any of that.
Okay.
I have friends that are they're flippers.
Okay.
So
I met one at the birthday party.
It was him.
Okay.
He was the one.
Okay, got it.
Lázaro.
Okay.
And so I reached out to Laz. I was like, listen, I'm here in Georgia. He's here. We're all from New York, and he's just happened to be in Georgia now. So I reached out to him, and he referred me to someone.
Okay.
Now, there's a thing with NACA.
Wait a minute.
I already know where this. I don't know what you're gonna say, but I already know where this is going.
There's a thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this particular thing is having to do with who your agent is. There are NACA in-house agents, which they strongly suggest because why wouldn't they, right? And then, but you don't have to. People don't understand this. You do not have to use a NACA agent. You can use your own agent. But if you decide to go with your own agent, there are things that agent has to learn. They have to go through their own workshop. They have to learn how NACA works and get the green check or green light to be able to move forward. There are not a lot of agents that even want to do. They don't want to do. They don't want to do.
So we going on that topic. I am bringing you this information because I want you to have it. I'm sharing it with you. Normally this is the part in the video where I'm like, yes, call me because I want to be your agent. I'm not going to say that because I'm just going to be honest with you. NACA is a lot, man. NACA is a lot, but It is a great program. If you can stick with it and have the patience for it, I have tried. I have gone through the steps. I've worked with clients and they just have not stuck with it to the closing line. So I don't feel like I'm the best person to say, yes, come to me. I know everything about NACA. Yeah, but if you contact me, I will refer you because I do know of some agents that do work with NACA. So if you do contact me, I will refer you to an agent.
And I will say this.
Okay.
I offer myself, and I'm very serious about that. If there's anybody who's interested and you just want information and questions, I will give you my information.
Okay.
And you can share that because I'm blessed by it and I want someone else to experience that as well.
Awesome. So I'll put your IG handle
Yep.
down below, and then you can reach out to her and get your questions answered. She is not an agent, but she will share information about her experience. Okay, cool. So you've been referred to an agent, and okay. So did she have experience with NACA?
She did not have any experience with it at all.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna paint the picture.
What is he doing?
It is now
Okay.
September 2020. What's going on in the housing market in September?
It's blowing and going, man. Oh my.
Thank you. I knew I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that right there. What happened in September 2020?
When I tell you the market is booming, if I can find this clip, I'm gonna insert it here. I made a clip where I was like, y'all, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I am doing all these showings, submitting all these offers over asking price. People are over asking price. Yeah. Sellers aren't wanting to give close. It was so competitive. It was crazy.
Yep. Exactly. I was waiting for that reaction.
You were in this.
I was when it switched. It was almost as if like there was a line where it was a seller's market and there was a buyer's market. And I was right on that line because when I first started looking for things, it was a little crazy, but I didn't know what else to expect. But by the time it was time for me to get a contract, I could not get anything. I was, as you said, over asking, and the dreaded thing, that best and final. What does that even mean? It was horrible. Now, imagine this in a climate with an agent who's never gone through NACA. And let me tell you, I'm not going to say her name, but she is so sweet. She was sweet.
It
can't be sweet. Not in that market. No. And so I had to fire her. Because she didn't understand the inner workings of NACA, and so she was slow. Imagine being not aggressive, not really understanding, because none of y'all understood, because nobody's ever experienced a pandemic and the interest rate going all the way down.
So buyers are flooding into the market.
It was
some agents are just coming into the market, so they're new. The other thing I want to point out is, listen, okay. The market is already crazy, right? And you already have an influx of clients to work with. So now you're asking an agent to take on another client that's using a program that's going to be even harder to get accepted. Because in this climate, sellers have their pick of the litter. They are getting multiple offers. Cash offers. Now they want conventional. They don't even want to consider FHA. So I have a video that talks about the hierarchy, right? Down payment assistance wasn't even getting considered. And now you come into NACA because NACA has some hoops that you have to, additional paperwork and all that stuff. Man, I can see, that's why I'm surprised.
That's why I wanted to bring you to that mindset.
Wow.
That was the climate, right? And so she was so sweet, but she wasn't getting the job done. And I'm like, I need a NACA agent.
I don't blame you.
I need one who knows this stuff already.
Don't blame you at all.
Because I'm not getting a house. So that's what happened with that.
And bless her for even trying, because I'll be honest with you.
Yes, ma'am.
It wouldn't have been that. I'm just gonna be real. I'm not going to do you a disservice.
Right.
It just wouldn't have been me. But I would have referred you. But I honestly probably would have told you to contact Nick. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going
Because you get it. It was
yeah,
crazy.
I understand. But I've also been in it a while, and I get how NACA is. But she didn't know. But she tried. But she gets it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you go and you contact NACA and you get an agent.
No. I don't trust them. I don't trust nobody. I'm like, I had to do my research. I ain't call them. No, so
Okay.
So I went on a Google Schmoogle and I did my research. You know, I'm like, I need to find somebody, and I literally, I don't remember if they have a site. I'm sure they do. Maybe that's where I found it. They have a link for, you know, in-house agents. It's called an in-house NACA agent. Okay. So they had a link. And so I'm looking at all the people that I don't know what I'm looking for. So I started to take their names and then search them. And research that person.
Nugget.
Yeah, right? And I actually had one person, the first person that I found was referred to me by NACA. They were like, well, go with this person. This person was not responding to me. That's big for me. I already know what I'm walking into with this house thing. I need somebody to be able to walk with me. And I don't need to chase you because I'm trying to chase a house.
In a crazy competitive market.
How? Yeah. And
where houses are going under contract in days.
In days. And so this person wasn't responsive. And that's why I decided to research on my own. And then I came across this woman. Love her so much. But she would, in terms of her profile, so here, close, here, close, here, close. Then I was like, okay, I need to reach out to her. Here's the text. So I text her and I said, are you taking new clients? And she was like, I'm not right now, but I think she said in about 2 weeks, because she was in the process of closing with some people, I will be able to. I was like, okay, good. So I don't know if we're not doing names. I don't know if we're doing names. I won't do it. We'll talk about that later. But
Okay,
anywho,
all right.
So, but anywho, the unnamed NACA.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me her name.
I'll tell you her name.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now.
Okay, I've heard her, but it's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, right.
So I have another person from my arsenal. So contact me and I'll let you know. Okay. All right.
Right? So we finally connected. And when we connected, she was just so cute and so sweet. But I call myself a pit bull in a skirt. She matched me.
Okay.
And I said, okay, God, let's go.
Because when you're looking for an agent, and I tell people, like, even when you're looking for a lender, I tell people, call them, speak to them, see the vibe that you get. And that seems weird, but you need to work with somebody who you have a good connection with. So
yeah, and when people like me, and I'm sure there are a lot of people that are beginning their housing search that are like me, you don't know nothing. You're not always, a second-time home buyer. So I needed somebody to be able to also teach me and help me. My first agent, she was a yes-and boss. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, I like this house. Yeah, I like this house. And then afterwards, when I come in, I would say, did you see this? She's like, I'm glad you didn't choose that one. I'm like, well, why did you say that?
In the beginning.
Exactly.
On the other hand, I'm going to tell you, there are people, like how you said, like, I don't know, like, I need you to tell me. I appreciate people like that, because there are other people on the other hand, they don't know, but they are going to come in and try to tell you how to do your job. Like, they want to be in control of everything, and that's not a
you just gotta find them the match,
right?
Because and I found a match. Even though it hurt sometimes, because I found this house. This is my house. I am going to live in this house. And I went to her, and we were in there, and she was like, Ebony, I don't think it's gonna work. Because she was realistic, and she knew the market, and she knew the offers that were going to be coming in, and she knew that I was really limited with what my budget was. She was like, if you want to, I'll put up the paperwork, but I'll be very honest with you, I am not feeling good about it. I don't think this will work for you, Ebony. She was honest.
She was honest, and you were able to receive it.
I received it. And I tried anyway, and I didn't get it. She was right.
See? Okay, so let me ask you this. So when you started out your search, because you landed a new construction home, was that was not the plan?
No.
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 Okay, so you
new construction? I didn't even think I could get a house. Okay, so new, that was not even. And let me go ahead and ask your
Okay.
question because you know I'll be talking.
Okay,
Go.
okay. So about how long did your house search take?
So
Thanks to our video sponsor, The Ugly Side of Real Estate. Did you know that I wrote a book? Yes, and it's available on Amazon. Just type in The Ugly Side of Real Estate, and I so appreciate your support. And if you're interested in sponsoring a video, please go ahead and visit this link.
September is when I started with that first agent, right? It was like a month,
Okay.
and I ended up firing her like a month and a half, like the middle of October 2020. The middle of October 2020. No, the beginning. Oh, it was the beginning. I remember. And so I stopped with her.
And
that's
when
I
you
got
say
the
a month,
yeah.
some people might be saying, like, that's not a long time.
Yes, it
Keep in
is.
mind, a market that is crazy. Are you going out to see houses on weekends?
Every day.
Because the market is
Every day.
crazy.
Every day.
And you got to get in there because houses are selling
Every day.
like that. Okay.
So then that stretches that feeling of the month.
Yeah,
Because
that's
every day for a whole month when you're looking, you're helping, and then that end, and I'm like, why do I have her? Because I'm finding all the houses. I'm like, she's like, well, if you go to my site, you can. I'm like, there's nothing sending me any notifications. So anyhow, it was a month.
Mm-hmm.
I switched to this new realtor, right? She, the very first conversation, she said, have you considered new construction? And I thought she was nuts, because I'm like, well, yeah, I can't afford it. What are you talking about? She was like, are you sure? So unbeknownst to me, she specialized in new construction.
I got to get with her.
Specialized. And she was one of NACA's top agents.
Okay.
New construction. I'm like, I have NACA. She's like, you can get new construction with NACA. I was like, what are you talking about?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Right.
And so I turned her down because I'm like, I can't afford it. So she obliged and started to show me. And so when nothing was coming up, she was like, Ebony, would you just consider it? Didn't know that she had a friendship with one of the top selling people in D.R. Horton. She was D.R. Horton's top seller. Did not know that. Nope. Okay. Oh, I don't remember that.
Okay. All right.
It's in my phone.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, so I didn't know that. She was like, just humor me. Let me make some phone calls. I'm like, okay.
You're so stubborn. The lady's telling you to go new construction.
Me can't afford it.
She's telling you to go new construction. You telling her,
yes.
and she's telling. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Again!
I heard a little whisper. I told you about this is all God, right? There was another part of the story. We'll tell it another time.
Okay.
But because of this other part of the story that happened, God told me, Ebony, don't limit me. I mean, it was that. Take the limits off of me. Because we can only go as far as our faith will take us. You can only go as far as your faith will take you. All right? So if your faith is here and this is what you're believing for, then this is what you're going to get. And God told me, don't limit me. Take the limits off of me. And I was like, okay. I will let you go ahead and do what you're going to do, Miss New Realtor Lady. She called me back. This was the week before Thanksgiving, right? 2020. She said, Ebony. I said, what? She was like, are you able to get to this? I'm like, what are you talking about? I spoke to this person in D.R. Horton. There is a community, Independence. Now, I live 5 minutes from here. I pass it all the time. It was never an option for me. I can't afford that. Look how expensive that look. She was like, they have one house left in your price range. I'm like, don't play with me. I was like, don't play with me. She's like, I'm not playing with you. I was like, you playing with me. She's like, if you can get up there, it was like 6 o'clock at night. And I was in the city that day. The selling agent is waiting for you and he'll let you see the lots. And I went and I signed a contract that night.
Wow.
And it was the last one in this phase. And I was the last one to close.
In a crazy market, I'm going to say, hold on. Hold on. I have questions. I have questions. I'm gonna tell you why I have questions. I have questions because in that market, in that time frame, when the market was so competitive, I have videos about that too. Buyers were getting fed up with the resale market and they went to new construction. New construction inventory dried up. They were wait lists. How, but God,
Okay.
were you able to get a new construction house going NACA?
It was the last. It was literally the last one before there were no more. It was the last one before there were none.
And it was done? Or
No, it wasn't built yet. This was not built yet. He had to take me into another model that was already built because he just showed me the lot. Now, mind you, at this time, it's nighttime. I didn't even think I could get a house, let alone new construction. He's talking, I don't know what he's saying. He's like, blah, 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 blah. This is a corner lot. You okay with that? Yes. It's kind of small. You okay with that? Yeah.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know. I don't care. The answer is yes. Whatever it is, the answer is yes. And so it was dirt. It was just a lot. So he took me to one that was already being built to show me the floor plan. It wasn't even here.
I'm thinking, I know you said you built, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, in order for this to work, it had to be a contract and the contract fell through and you were able to slip in.
It was one of the, it was not one of the last ones. This little piece of hair, it was not only the last one of the last one, it was the last one available.
Man, it's
period.
Wow, it's nothing but God. It's nothing but the relationship with your agent and her going after it. It's nothing but her having a connection with the builder and being on it and her being on top of it with that. Yeah, everything came together for you. God don't play about his children.
He don't play.
Okay.
And I didn't even give you the icing on the cake because the cake is already fantastic. Ready for the icing on the cake?
Okay.
Huh?
So, before being introduced to NACA, I was prepared. I had a down payment because any conventional loan, you gotta have a down payment. With NACA, and Natasha will give you all of the details, there is no down payment. There's no closing costs at all. There's no mortgage insurance at all. Okay? And so what they do is they allow you to do something called buy down your rates. So because of that, I had this money for a down payment. And I don't need down payment, nothing. So I said, how does that thing work? At the end of it, because I know this is a lot of information so far, the video is long. The money that I had to use as a down payment, I was able to buy down my interest rate to the lowest that there was.
Which interest rates were already low. So tell me what you got.
Right now on my home, my 30-year mortgage, I have a locked in interest rate with NACA of 0.125.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth.
You know, I'll show you my paper.
I have never in my life heard of an interest rate that low. Oh my God.
Where you going, Chad?
I don't know.
Where you going? You going on the ground, girl? You going on it's stupid. I know.
What is your interest rate?
0.125, and that's only because it's the lowest that NACA allows. I could have gone lower, but they don't allow any lower. When I told you about God, people don't believe in God, and are you listening to me? 0.125 locked in to a 30-year mortgage. Unheard of. When I went to the closing table, the lawyer said, I have never seen an interest rate this low before.
Okay. Do you see why I needed to make this video? Let me tell you, I do not expect that you are going to get this, right? Because NACA still has ratios, limits that they have to work within given the market. So at the time, interest rates were already low.
It was like 3 point something percent.
So she was able to buy it down. Sure. So interest rates now are a little higher. So yeah, you can still buy your interest rate down, I'm sure, right? So I don't know if independent, or I don't want to say independence, but I'm sure NACA still will allow you to buy new construction. I don't know if it's going to be as easy. So I'm not telling you your situation is going to be as exactly like her situation is, but what we want you to get is that NACA can be a great option. It's possible if you stick with it and you have the patience and the time. It can be worth.
And this is organic because she didn't know any of this.
I know. I just wanted to make the video because I know NACA has a great program. No down payment. You said, what did you say? No closing costs? No closing costs. I knew about the PMI. So your payment, PMI, I'll put it on the screen what the meaning is. Yeah, it's that it just makes your payment higher. So
mortgage insurance,
So NACA is a great program, but a lot of people.
This is why I am an advocate, even though it was
a process.
One of the hardest things, and I had just lost my mother. It was one of the hardest things I ever did in my entire life. I was having nightmares. I was emotionally, I was physically affected going through this NACA process. But now I have a brand new construction, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, just me and my kid.
Gorgeous.
On a big old corner lot for 30 years.
Wow, BJD. Congratulations.
Lot for 30 years with
a less than 1% inch. What?
So it's
what? I've never heard of. You're gonna be like the anomaly I always talk about in real estate.
It's so God. And I'm not gonna do it, but I will. I have to say this. I know I said that God whispered and said, "Don't limit me." Right? One of the things that made me fire my initial agent is that I went under contract on a home. I did go. I finally got accepted. My offer was accepted.
Okay.
Right? It was in a different school district, and when we did the inspection, it was like $20,000 worth of repair.
Okay.
Right? And so I was like, it was horrible. I'm like, this house needs so much work. It's not in my school district. I'm gonna have to try to finagle to get my kid to go to Grayson High School. And I'm stressed out and I was gonna go ahead and go with this. And that's when God said, don't limit me. And I was still in that period. I forget what the grace period is called.
Due diligence.
Due diligence. So when he said, don't limit me, I had like 3 days left. And I canceled my contract. Because God had a brand new construction that he was ready to bless me with, but I was limiting him. Brand new construction, Ebony, with like no, APR. And I was limiting in my school district. My son can walk. He walks home. He walked home today. But I was limiting him. And when I got that release, and I said, okay, don't put limits on the options and the possibilities of life. Dream bigger. The bigger you dream, the more that you can realize that. Dream small and you're going to realize small.
Wow, I thought I was just bringing y'all a NACA video, but I brought y'all a motivational talk. Wow,
I'm just so overwhelmed. But I cried for like an hour on the floor when they said NACA closed. When I closed, because even getting to the closing table, NACA almost canceled my contract like 3 or 4 times or more. Not NACA, D.R. Horton almost canceled my contract like 3 or 4 times. Oh, because NACA is so difficult. They required updates every week. NACA was not responding. My sales agent, we're gonna have to, because the climate was hot. People were waiting, so they was wanting to cancel, and they sell it to somebody else for more.
But because the market is increasing, and that during the time period where builders were canceling contracts
now we're talking
and
about
relisting
January 2021, and now we're talking about
and they could sell it for more money.
Available, and people were on the wait list, and so NACA, because they were NACA, almost got my contract canceled like 4 or 5 times. So when I got closed, I laid on the floor. I cried for like an hour. Just grateful.
Oh. Okay. So NACA does ask for additional things once you go under contract with resale.
Oh, okay.
Was it the same for new construction?
I think so.
Okay.
But the thing is, because it's new construction,
it was probably easier.
Yeah, and maybe you can tell me. I don't know. I'm so blessed that I've never had to buy a resale house before. My only experience with the NACA.
Aren't you fancy?
Oh, man. But yeah, so I don't know if it's the same, but because the house is being built with a conventional, right, it's normally like 30, 45 days to close.
Yes, how long did it take?
So I went under contract Thanksgiving, so November 2020, and then I closed in April 2021.
Okay.
So November, December, January, March, April, about 5 months, right? And it was my original closing date was March 8th.
Okay.
That was the original closing date. Okay. So when your house is being built, remember before, if you remember, go in your notes, children. We stated that with NACA, you have to, every single time you get a new pay stub, so for the 5 months.
You are updated. Part 1, if you missed part 1, check out part 1.
You have to, and if you don't, anything could almost cancel your contract. You have to, every single pay stub, every single, and I had like 3 different bank accounts. You have to, every monthly statement, and I had gotten a new, thank God it's cool. I was able to afford it because I had gotten a promotion. And so now it's a new job. Now you have to, requalify. So there was a lot that had gone on. While the house is being built, NACA, the lender, whoever the lender is, has to send DR Horton. There's a whole form. They got to fill it out weekly. They got to do it weekly, and NACA ain't built like that. Is that the same with resale? I don't know. With resale, because it doesn't take that long. It's only 30, 45 days.
Yeah, it's 30 to 45 days, and they'll accept a call. I mean, okay. Are you asking me about NACA, or are you asking me about the...
I think I'm asking about a conventional mortgage.
Or FHA,
with a resale, or maybe with a new construction. I don't know.
We're like checking in.
Yeah.
Or some lenders will just do like a Monday update, like, hey, everything's on track. Sure. It's in underwriting. It's nothing detailed. Nobody has to fill out a 1-page document.
DR Horton, because I know you sold DR Horton.
Yeah.
They didn't require that?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Of course you're sure.
Yeah.
The reason why is because it was like a form.
DR Horton required it?
Yes. Independence here. And I don't know if maybe it was because of
NACA. It was NACA.
Probably.
Because it was NACA.
Probably.
And
they had to fill, and it was every Monday, and they had to fill out the form, or at the very least, there was like a template in an email.
That they wanted to make sure everything was on track.
Does she still qualify? Because you can lose your job. Anything can happen. You can get demoted. You can, your debt can go crazy. Your debt to income ratio can go out of whack. Anything can happen. So this builder needs to know that by the time we get to the closing table, you can close. NACA ain't built that way. So they were not responding. I had to go down. I had to go and chase down my mortgage counselor. It was horrible. I had to go above and beyond to the big wigs in DR Horton. My agent had only because of that relationship. Did grace abound? And they said, Ebony, you're the one with the son that plays football for Grayson, right? She knew who I was because of the relationship with my agent. And she was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They were going to cancel my contract.
Okay. You see this piece right here? All that the DR Horton is requesting. Now imagine a traditional seller. Why a traditional seller may be hesitant to accept a NACA contract, especially when they have other contracts on the table, cash, conventional, that don't have to. So if you are in the process and you're like, I'm going NACA and my contract's not getting accepted, that's why it's important for you to work with an agent that knows what they're doing, one, and knows how to sell it, but also two, you have to give your agent grace as well. As provided that they know what they're doing. Don't come at them like, hey, you're not doing your job. Understand that there are additional hoops that comes with going NACA. So it's a two-way street there. Wow.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. It was a lot.
But it was worth it, and it
100%.
worked out. So I'm gonna say anybody can use NACA. I'm sure they have their requirements and stuff. But
anybody can use it.
Yeah, I definitely want to make this video because there are some people that just do not make enough money to qualify for the house that they want.
Yeah.
This video is for you. I'm going to urge you to consider NACA, because you'll be able to probably afford more of the house that you want and have that lower payment that you can afford because you won't have PMI. If you don't have a lot of savings, you won't need the down payment. You won't need the closing costs. So go towards this. It's for the single parents. It's for those people that have those circumstances where they just need another alternative, another option. That's why I wanted to make this video. But I also wanted to show you the other side of it, like what all comes along with it. So it can be a great thing, but just be prepared and do your due diligence, your research. Pack your patience. Pack your patience. But it can work out. Man, thank you, Ebony. Like, please drop a comment.
Yeah.
Please drop a comment and thank Ebony for sharing this information. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I'll have Ebony's information down below as well.
Yep.
And yes, go for it. I know it's a lot, but home ownership is worth it at the end of the day.
100%.
Yes. So listen, we have Chinese food that we are about to get into. Yes, we are about to have some dinner. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please share this video with somebody that wants to become a homeowner, not sure if they can. This can help them. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna let Ebony close us out.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Have a peaceful,
Again!
have a positive, peaceful, and productive day.
Hey!
Ciao!
Hey. I'll cut that.
Stop.